Good evening. Live from New York, the CC Radio Network is proud to bring you tonight's show, The Rebellious Rev and the Doc, where we talk about religion like you've never heard before. There's no evangelists here, just talk about religion with a twist. So let's get started and have some fun. Welcome our hosts for tonight, The Rebellious Rev and the Doc.
There is no heaven. There is no hell. There is only this world and its dark reflection. And we do not know in which of the two worlds we are.
You like this song. Ladies and gentlemen, this is... Wait a minute, no, this is the Doc. Welcoming everybody, because it's a special day today.
Yeah, it's Felix's birthday. The Rev wants to be the first one to congratulate him. Happy birthday, Felix.
Well, why don't you shake hands with yourself, you know?
I'm the rebellious Rev. Felix is going to be here Monday.
But it's Felix's birthday, too.
Felix's birthday is today?
Can you split in two? I don't know.
The Rev is also today?
Yes.
Well, Felix says happy birthday to the Rev. The Rev
says happy birthday to Felix, exactly.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
On Friday the 13th, no less.
The luckiest day of the year.
But it's my understanding, I mean, you know, you look outside the window, we had except for the wind, which was not so bad, we had sunny weather. It wasn't inclement. I mean, it was really a very nice day for your birthday.
And I also want to wish my brother-in-law, Eric, today is his birthday.
Okay, this is the Eric in Virginia.
Eric in Virginia. And also, it's Whoopi Goldberg's birthday today.
Okay.
And I haven't looked up whose birthday.
There aren't too many, yeah, I know. On my birthday, there aren't too many popular people either.
Well, I didn't look. We can look and see whose birthday is it today. But,
that's easy enough to do.
Yeah. But first, Felix, happy birthday. Thank you. Today, my split personality can come out.
That's right. You know, there isn't much here, I got to tell you, on triskaidekaphobia, which is the fear of the number 13.
The superstition surrounding this day may have been arisen in the Middle Ages, originating from the story of Jesus' Last Supper and crucifixion, which were the 13 individuals.
Well, because there were 13 people, and that counted Judas, you know.
So it turns out to be a religious show anyway. Friday the 13th somehow turns into religion.
Well, they also have something here about Gioacchino Rossini, who died on Friday the 13th. In fact, he died on November the 13th, which is today. They don't tell you no, that's the biography is 1869, but I really couldn't say.
But I can say, ladies and gentlemen, that our phone number is 646-595.
When did we get a phone?
3275. It's like the Campbell's commercial. That's our phone. And our chat room is opening up at this moment. Now our chat room is...
As we speak.
As we speak, I opened up our chat rooms. And there's so much stuff going on. Now, Mark was just telling me about what was happening in France.
Oh, it's terrible.
I want to get away from...
It's been on the news for a good part of the latter afternoon into the early evening, let me tell you.
If you were watching CNN, it was probably on the whole time.
Well, I was watching MSNBC and it was on the whole time.
Yeah.
They're two suicide bombers
Let's go
out.
ahead. Yeah. go
What?
ahead.
Two suicide bombers outside of the soccer stadium. There was a big soccer game going on between France and Germany,
Mhm.
and the French president was inside, and you could hear, as the game was going on, two violent explosions. 38 people, 36 people at that point uh, had died, and then in another area of France, I guess you would call it sort of like almost not really a discotheque, but a place where young people hang out. There was somebody, maybe two people holding hostages inside, young people. Somebody said something that this might, and again, this is all speculation, might be in retaliation for France accepting so many Syrian refugees. And if that's the case, well, then it's got to be ISIS. Although nothing has been confirmed, so we really can't say. Okay, it's just terrible.
It is terrible. It's unbelievable. You talk about these things, and it's kind of hard to believe. What's this world going to wind up being?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
And now they're expected to allow 250,000 refugees into the United States. Talking about undocumented entries.
Well, what people like Ted Cruz and Donald Trump and some of the other Republicans are saying is that these people are not being vetted, so how do you know who you're letting into the country?
That's what I just said.
Yeah,
This is, how would they even know?
Well, I don't want to sound, prejudicial in any way, but
through the first half of the game, we had a couple of loud explosions. Now, explosions when you watch games here in France, they're not entirely uncommon. However, those as loud as we heard tonight, they're very rare, if unheard of. So that immediately put everybody on edge. Everybody started suspecting, that perhaps something might have been up. And then round about half-time during the game, news started to filter through a couple of incidents in Paris. The bombings outside of Stade de France. It started with rumours that it could have been an explosion in a brasserie, and then it escalated to rumours that grenades were thrown in the close vicinity of Stade de France, and then of course the shootings and the hostage takings in Paris started getting everybody's attention on social media and through mobile phones and such. And now we've come to the end of the game. People are able to leave the stadium. The stadium is not in a state of lockdown. However, there are a large number of supporters who come to the game tonight who are on the pitch at present because they're not able to leave their area of the stadium and get to their cars or go to the train. So there are still areas of the stadium that the supporters can't access at the moment. And because of that, they're stuck on the pitch at present, and it's still unclear, the exact extent of the massacre tonight. There's rumours that there's, around about maybe 30 people dead so far, but it's unclear exactly how bad the situation.
No, I can hear it fine.
Stadium, how bad the situation outside the stadium is right now.
Jonathan, is there any doubt that these were coordinated acts of terror? Because so far they're reluctant to officially confirm that, but what does it look like from your vantage point, and you are right there in the middle of it at that stadium?
It definitely feels like, the two incidents are perhaps connected. It may be a little too early to speculate exactly how coordinated they were, but it does feel very suspicious that there was a bomb threat on the German national team's hotel earlier today, and then for these incidents to happen at the stadium, and almost exactly at the same time, for the shooting and the hostage situation over at Place de la République to also be going on at the same time. It does feel like it's been too well organised for them to just be isolated incidents.
Well, it would have to be terror, because who's going to blow themselves up other than a terrorist?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Very bad situation there. So it leaves you speechless to see what these people can do. And I mean, we know where they can do it, but now where they could just go and do the Boston Marathon, they get in Paris.
Well, they had Chertoff on MSNBC earlier in the day, and he was the first Homeland Security Secretary, and he said that the French generally have a very good record tracking down terrorists, and preventing these things from happening.
Well, the way things look, it's really hard to think anybody can actually prevent any of this, unfortunately. It just doesn't seem...
It could happen anywhere.
Yeah, you have no idea when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, who's going to do it. You've got too many people showing up, in these events, and it's hard to tell... I hate to say it's hard to tell a terrorist from the good guy. I don't know what else to say about something like that. But not a happy situation. They're saying the death toll could exceed 120 people now. Just look at something over here about it. That's a lot of people. And
kind of puts a damper on your birthday, doesn't it?
Yeah. Obama calls Paris attacks outrageous attempt to terrorize people, and those terrorists might even be from maybe even Islamic terrorists. No, he never used that term, Islamic terrorists.
No, he doesn't use that phrase.
It's like they don't exist.
Well, look, it is what it is. But like I said, I started to say before we had the live broadcast, back prior to the war, World War II, when Jews were trying to flee.
We'll listen to Obama here, I think. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I can't control it, I don't think. Maybe it won't go on. Just keep talking. I don't know. This is not working too well, our system today.
Prior to World War II, well, this is all on tape anyway.
Yeah,
this isn't live.
I know. The problem is you can't, half the time you don't know when it's actually going to work or not. That's the problem. As you can see, Obama's talking, but we can't hear it in this tape. So we're going to just forget about these live, these audio tapes for tonight. Besides, we're not really a good news station. We don't really play.
That's
live.
Very true.
We don't actually play actual stories too often. We're better at playing high pluggers music and.
Well, there are other things to discuss before we get to iPluggers music.
I'm not ready for iPluggers at all.
The Republican debate on Tuesday.
Yeah, that
where in the first part, that 1 hour before the main debate, Chris Christie blamed everything on Hillary and the president, yet when it came time for Hurricane Sandy, he welcomed the president with open arms, and he took his aid and everything.
Why wouldn't he? What is he, a fool?
Well, but then he blames the president for everything that's going wrong. Yet, according to a survey taken in Jersey, 61% of New Jersey